morning and welcome to my mindful morning routine. A series of rituals and actions I take when I wake up feeling like I'm a bit overwhelmed. Maybe I've had a stressful week or I'm just in need of some self-care and a slower pace to come back to myself. I'm going to take you through my morning and show you everything I do that brings me joy and helps me become more present, including one of my favourite rituals of choosing my jewellery for the day. I'm partnering with one of my favourite jewellery brands, Motley, to show you what beautiful and precious jewellery means to me and some of my favourite pieces by them. So a mindful morning starts for me the night before. No phones after 10 p.m. and I make sure I'm in bed by 11 so I get at least 8 hours sleep. If I don't have 8 hours, then it's not going to be a good day for me. My natural waking time is 8:30. I'm then up, putting on comfy, cozy clothes and slippers while Nate bustles around getting ready for work and leaving. And I make the bed. Making the bed is essential to the start of my day because for me, a messy bed equals a messy mind. Nothing is more sacred to me than my morning coffee routine. Pouring a fresh batch of coffee every single day signifies the start of a new morning and loads of new opportunity. The smell of coffee to me is probably my most favourite smell in the world. At the moment, I am on a keto diet, so I'm having a Bulletproof Coffee every single morning. It also helps with my fasting as well. My Bulletproof Coffee is actually vegan. I do eat meat, however, if I'm fasting till about midday, I like to have no animal products in my system. I just think it's nicer. So I use MCT oil and vegan cocoa butter to give it that creamy, frothy texture. A Bulletproof Coffee for me gives me a laser sharp focus in the morning. It also helps balance out my energy levels throughout the day, and it means that caffeine doesn't affect me as much. So a Bulletproof Coffee is always essential on a mindful morning because it really does just sharpen me up and get me in the mood for working. Part of being healthy and feeling my absolute best is having a really solid supplement routine. You'll see here I've got a lineup of supplements that I take every single day. First up is my Altrient liposomal 1000mg vitamin C. I started taking this a few months ago and I absolutely love the difference it's made to my skin and my immune system. It also helps with my stress levels as well. You could say I'm sort of addicted to vitamin C. I've seen the benefits that it's given me and I just can't get enough. Next up, we've got aloe vera juice. I have lots of food intolerances and I do get a lot of gut inflammation from my IBS. So this maximum strength formula really helps to soothe my insides and I drink it while I fast. So my gut is nice and primed and healthy for when I do start eating food later on in the day. It doesn't taste good, but it's really, really good for me. I use a vitamin D spray. I also take a vitamin B. I also take cod liver oil every single day, iron, and a probiotic tablet as well. Although my morning coffee ritual may be my most favourite part of the morning, I also really enjoy my skincare routine. It's so important to have a solid skincare routine for morning and evening because it's just about 2 minutes of the day when I can stand in front of the mirror and give myself self-love. It's a ritual in itself because there's lots of different steps to it and it leaves me feeling really good and like I've taken care of myself and given myself a moment for just me. My routine at the moment consists of a really amazing vitamin C antioxidant. I'm using the CE Ferulic from SkinCeuticals and I've been using this for about 1.5 years and I absolutely love it. Next up, because it's getting a little bit colder, I start to introduce a hyaluronic acid into my skincare routine. This is just an extra step that gives my skin a little bit more hydration as the colder months come in and my skin does tend to get a bit drier. Next up is a really special brand that I've started using. It's actually a Japanese luxury skincare brand called Décolleté, and following a J Beauty skincare routine allows you to really sit down and put time and effort into loving your skin and giving yourself a little bit of a pamper. At the moment I'm using the Elemis Morning Eye Balm, which is a really nice hydrating balm for under the eyes. I follow that with a rose quartz facial roller. This is absolutely amazing for getting rid of puffiness in the morning and giving yourself a little bit of massage and lymphatic drainage. It's so easy when you work from home to not make the effort to get dressed. On a mindful morning, I will always make sure I make the effort to put a proper outfit on, one that's cozy and snuggly but also feels put together, so I feel like I'm going to a proper work day. That feeling of being put together always sets me up right. It's cold today, so I'm going for a really snuggly wool jumper, a pair of my favourite jeans. Like getting dressed and making the effort to put clothes on, sometimes putting makeup on isn't always something I want to do. But on a mindful morning, especially if I'm going to be taking pictures later, I do make the effort to put maybe a little bit of mascara on, some lipstick, and brush my brows. Just makes me feel like whenever I catch a glimpse of myself, I feel good about myself. And I think that's really important. Next up, we have jewellery. If you guys followed me for a while, you'll know how much I love jewellery. I house my collection in an upscale printing press that I bought from eBay 7 years ago, and each little window houses something special. I tend to spend a few minutes every morning poring over everything, deciding what I want to wear today. And it's a curated collection of pieces. I've gifts from current lovers, ex-lovers, like this Emily necklace that no longer has its chain. It'll always stay on the display because every time I look at it, it reminds me of that time in my life and what I was doing and that person. I've got things I've collected on my travels, like the Moroccan turquoise ring, treats when I reward myself, like this insane collection of animal skull jewellery I fervently spent all my money on when I was a teenager because I was going through a bit of a goth phase. I've got things worth £500, I've got things worth a fiver, but to me it's all equally as valuable because if it made it onto the display, then I'll keep it for as long as possible. I'd like to say that my jewellery style is very fluid, just like my taste in fashion. I decide who I want to be every day and my choices in jewellery and clothes reflect that. I'm so proud to be an ambassador for Motley Jewellery. Everything they design is so comfortable and special to look at. Their ethos is that of great design should be accessible to everyone. They partner with some of the world's best jewellery designers, but they make the prices accessible so anyone can own and wear fine jewellery, and I absolutely love that. They've worked with everyone from sculptors, engineers, artists, fashion designers. And when you look at their collections, there is fashion there, there's architecture, above all, there's quality. For example, this gold necklace from Emily Robson, she's taking inspiration from Egyptian iconography. Her pieces feature jackals, sphinxes, and I think they're just so unique and beautiful. These are the Cobra hoops from Motley, and they're my favourite Motley designs. I just love them so much. I think they are just so chunky, but also super lightweight, and they just feel really sculptural as well. I love them so much, I bought the silver ones too, so I like to double stack them for a statement. I also love mixing metals as well. When I pick my jewellery every day, I always start with earrings because that is what someone looks at first when they are looking at your face. Delicate chains around the neck is my favourite way to wear necklaces. Interesting pendants have always had me obsessed. The more weird and wonderful the better, to be honest. And this Egyptian gold plated necklace is just so cool. The chain is really fine, so it's amazing for layering with other chains. Fragrance. I absolutely adore my fragrance collection. So mindfully selecting a fragrance every morning is something I really enjoy. I've also got loads of artisan perfumes on my vanity as well. There's nothing better than finding a fragrance that hardly anyone has. Working from home, in all honesty, can be quite lonely. So I'm very mindful to make sure I've got some music or a podcast on in the background. Not only does it give me a little bit of education, but it also makes me feel like I've got a few co-workers with me. At the moment, I'm really loving the Model Health Show. There's loads of really cool wellness, health, and mindful episodes, which I feel I'm learning from so much. So I like to put that on at the moment. Then I head over to my desk and it's time to start work. But by the time I arrive at my desk on a mindful morning, usually I feel really calm, but like focused at the same time. I'm ready to tackle whatever the inbox has in store for me. I try to make sure my desk is a really nice place to be. So I've got lots of positive imagery around, photos of my family. Sometimes I'll light a candle and I try and make sure it's tidy as well when I arrive in the morning. I'll check my diary and my to-do list that I wrote the night before and I'll get started. Around midday, just before I have lunch, I do a meditation. This is a really nice way to break up the day, especially when I've spent a few hours at my inbox. I tend to notice that my shoulders start getting stiff and my jaw starts to clench. So taking 10-15 minutes out just to do some meditation really helps me. Meditation is hard and I've been practicing for a few years now. I use the Calm app. I find it the best. It's got something new every single day. So I do tend to use the daily meditation that they have on offer. After meditation, I pack my workout bag and I go out for some exercise. Being desk-bound every day means I really do have to fit in some exercise to get my body moving. Putting exercise in the middle of the day is a really nice way to break up the work routine. I haven't worked out forever. It's only recently I've really gotten into working out as a habit rather than something I have to force myself into. The benefits on my body are great, but the benefits on my mind are greater. Working out will always have a place in a mindful morning routine. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my mindful morning routine and it gave you an insight into a few things that keep my mental state healthy and happy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here really, really soon. Bye for now, guys.